So we've made a podcast before, and it was how for people to get into the gym, to be confident and actually just get in the gym door. So today we're going to go through how we train clients, how I train clients who are just first in the door, who have never been in the gym before, and for people who want to lose fat. Mm-hmm. So firstly, for when people come into the gym with me, I get them on the resistance pin loading machines to start with, and I slowly build them up their way in the gym over 4 weeks.
Yeah. So back up a wee sec. So you've had a client come in the door and she's like, or he or she's like, I don't know what I'm doing in here, James, help me. So what's your strategies first going into the pin stuff, is it?
It's going into the pin stuff because I know for a fact
no steroids.
No steroids here, no steroids. But it's going into the pin stuff because I know that they look at the machines and they feel comfortable using them. No for the fact that I think they get any major benefit out of using them, but that's just the first step for me. I get them in there the first week and I get them probably training twice a week. If they're going to come to me as a trainer, we'll be training twice a week. I don't mind training people once a week, but I don't really feel the benefit if they've never been in the gym before. Newbie. It's really hard just training somebody once a week. Like obviously, if you tell them prices, I can fully understand.
So let's talk about that, because I think with the way the fucking cost of living's going, more people are going to sign up to once a week with a trainer.
100%.
So let's talk about. So I understand. I feel your struggles with this. I'll come in a second at what I do, but what do you do with your once a week clients? And so talk us through. If anyone's listening, we're hoping that you might be on the fence to hire a trainer. You might have heard the previous episode where we gave you some advice on how to get you through the gym doors. If none of that's worked and you're at the stage of hiring a coach, let's talk through what we would do.
So here's what I do. I write them a plan that's 2 or 3 days. Most of the exercises are pretty simple to do on their own, like sled drives, sled pulls, the machines. Some of the other ones are like RDLs, barbell RDLs. I'll usually start getting them doing barbell RDLs. If they've got them on a 2 or a 3 day split, what I'll do is I'll say to them, look, so they say to me, look, James, I'm only going to do the one a week. Well, I'll say, right, look, what I'll do for you is in the first week, I'll give you an extra 2 sessions for like 50 quid. So that's a tenner off each session. And so I get to take them through all 3 sessions in the first week. So they've done every session with me for the first week, and then the next week they come in, I want to do that one. That's the one I felt most uneasy with. And even if they felt uneasy with any of the other ones, we can go over that next week. I don't. After that, I don't offer any extra sessions because I've only wanted to go me once a week, and that's fully like that. What would be?
You need to make a living, don't you? At the same time, I think this is one thing people are like, oh, like I believe 35, 40, 45 quid a session, and then you're like, well, look, this is what I value, the time, and then I'll have it people and they go like, is that the best price you can do? And it's like Alex Hormozy said this perfectly, and this is what I'm going to start saying. It's like, well, I can do it dearer. Like, this is a good price.
See, I'll be honest, no one's ever said that to me, but I wouldn't. Maybe when I put my prices up, they might say that.
See, if you had I guess knockback when you've pitched your prices to someone, if they knocked it back.
So I've had people who said they were interested but they didn't come, and I think that was the reason.
After they don't say it's the
price. They're too uneasy to just say, look, it's too expensive. They've not went to anybody else, so I think they have wanted to come to me, and I think maybe they will come to me in time.
Yeah, it's just the prices.
You know what I mean? They're just obviously either saving or they've just got different priorities, and they go, here, maybe this is too expensive for me at the moment.
It's a really hard one. I took a lot of pride in right at the start that not anyone had say, but I remember the first person that knocked it back, and she was honest as well. She was like, the price is too expensive, and I was like, completely understand. And it's hard because you want to help so many people, you want to help as many people as possible, but there has to be a fine line where you're living a lifestyle or a sustainable lifestyle as well.
So if there's any personal trainers, I've not been in the personal training game for long, but one thing Dale said to me is when I came in, look, your prices are a bit cheap. I was like, I don't actually think they are. But as I started getting more people coming in, and I was only charging X, Y, and Z, and I was putting such effort in, I was like, I'm not charging enough to be able to put in the effort that I want to put in, because I didn't feel that I didn't feel like I was getting anything out of it. Like I was charging such little amount, and I was putting such amount of energy in. And I understand when you first start that you should be obviously giving more than you're receiving. But it gets to a point where you get that busy that quick that you're like, you know what, maybe I should have put my prices up, and then I feel that I'm more valued to put that energy back in. There's
two things that you say. So the reason I said that to you is because of the quality of your personal training. I knew the quality was super high, and the price that you were charging for that, I felt from what I was seeing in the personal training industry, it was too low. So if you're listening to this and you're a personal trainer and you're like, oh, it's not just about putting the prices up, it's knowing the quality that you can deliver. So if you're giving a shitty service just now at £20 a month, or £20 a session, or £25 a session, you can't put that up. Some people will buy into it, but that will not last. We need to look at the standard of the quality. So I know the experience that you were delivering for that £25 a month, and that's why I said that. The second thing is, when you're new to personal training, so it's hard because not everyone's going to come from a background like you have or like I have. Some people will be new into exercise as well. But if you can find a personal trainer who's been training themselves for like 5-10 years, the best person to pick as a personal trainer is that new PT, because they will over deliver the quality of their service. When I started, I was doing free sessions because I wanted to give so much value to a person where they said, I can't believe this is free, I can't believe this is only 20 quid, I can't believe this is only 25, and there I could start
I actually found when I was giving it for free, it just wasn't working the way I wanted it to.
But when you gave it for free for the first session, bet you it felt good.
Oh no, it was good at the start, and then slowly but surely people stopped having that, like, what's that word I'm trying to, they stopped having that they felt there was no value, they weren't putting in the effort that I was expecting. I knew if they paid, they would have put in the effort.
Aye, and that's another thing as well. But I've had a bit of a different experience. I ran a competition at Christmas for someone to win a free year of PTing, and it started at 2 sessions a week, and then it was 1 session a week, and now it's one every week just now. Sometimes it goes to online, sometimes it goes back to one. That guy's smashing it. Like Dougie, he's doing so well, and he puts in effort. And don't get me wrong, I've really had to check myself with this, because at times I'm like, not that, oh, this is a free session, but at times that I don't think this was necessarily because the session was free. I think this was because I took so much on that the quality of my sessions were dropping a little bit. So that's why I had to go, right, no, you know what, I need to deliver the standard that I'm promising people. I
found that in the previous weeks there, I found something was slipping. I was doing too much. Exactly. I had a wee deload, and I've been able to go into every session and give a much, much better service. You know, I've been able to just be more in the moment with that person and just take them through it. I'm not saying I wasn't doing it. I was doing it, but I don't know if it was just inside me.
This is exactly what I was going to say. I think we are the types of individuals who over criticise their own work. I'm saying that I feel the quality service dropped. Not anyone's came to me and said that. If I has, then I'm sure I would like to think I've not got an ego on the stand. I always encourage my people to tell me that. In fact, one thing I do, I'm going to make a post about this on Instagram. I offer a guarantee with coaching, and this isn't a guarantee results to an extent. It has to be a realistic result. Like if you're only training with me for 8 weeks and this is the first time training, then you're going to be limited on the aesthetic goal that you can do. I can train you to look aesthetic in those 8 weeks, but it's not my style of training, and I want to be authentic to how I help people in the long run and sustainable. But in that guarantee, and any of my clients can turn around just now, whether they've been training with me for 3 months, 6 months, a year, I will give a full refund on their money if they feel like I've dropped the service. But there has to be some lot of, like, I'm not expecting 100% commitment. There's going to be off days. There's going to be X, Y, and Z. And what I love about this is there's going to be chances out there. And the way I look at it is I just chalk this up to, if a chancer's going to be coming in and working with me and then they're going to want their money back because they wanted free personal training for 3 months, then fuck them. Like, they can have the 3 months. I'm not going to waste my time or energy. Yeah, okay, it's money and it's time spent at the end of the day, but why would I get caught up in that one person? I believe there's more good people out in the world than there is bad, and I think I would attract a good member base than what there is bad as well. I
totally believe that too, and I think obviously you're a little bit more expensive than me, but you're also been in the game longer. And I know that if somebody said to you, like, if you said somebody to your prices and they obviously know your service, they've seen everybody that you've transformed, they probably spoke to people that you've been with. Most people who come to you,
reputation.
Most people who've come to you, they know your reputation anyway. They know how much you're at that price point. Most people are going to go, look, I'm not. They want to go with you. Aye. They want to make a change, so they're going to go in for all guns blazing. That's what I found when I was giving people my higher price point. The people who have come in have tried way harder.
Because
way harder.
Because it's it is an investment. It's not just here's 20 quid for the day's session. Here's a haircut or whatever it is. Like you're putting the investment into yourself to get some reward back.
So I'll be honest, my 2 times per week. So I do everything over 4 weeks. So I make a plan over 4 weeks. I get them in once, twice, or 3 times a week. And then obviously my price points are different for 1, 2, 3. But my 2 times per week for the 4 weeks, that's went up 60 quid. 60 full quid. And every time that I've went, look, this is how much it is. Obviously, they didn't know how much it used to be. They're like, cool. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know.
So I expected people to go, no chance. And then everybody who's went on that too, honestly, they've come in and they've been smashing it more than ever before. And I was like, maybe it makes a big difference to them as it does to me. Like, I want to work harder and they want to work harder. And it's not just about making more money, it's about giving a better service. Yeah,
because you can invest into more apps, you can invest into a better experience, but you also need to be driven. Like, every single penny I make, there's very little that I spend on my lifestyle. You know this is a fact. Every penny I make goes as a reinvestment back into my coaching business or entrepreneurial stuff that I want to do. And that's why I chose this game. But my roots is deeply rooted into being the best coach that I can be, and that's what it all comes down to. So we've got sorry, you wanted to
No. I feel the same. Like, I want to be the best coach can be, and I think as we're talking about over criticising ourselves, I feel like I've been quite critical of myself in the last few months. Even when I've had people saying that you're doing well, sometimes I go,
it's hard.
Am I? Like, people can be saying to me all day, and I'll go home myself and go, am I though? Do you know what I mean? It's like it's difficult. It's difficult,
and it just shows you we're all human as well. But look, see that trait that you've got, that is the best trait a personal trainer can possibly have, in 100%. My opinion, because they're always refining it and looking to do better. It can be a wee bit toxic at the same time, but
it's toxic to my brain.
That's the point I was trying to make. So here you have it. You've got two personal trainers here. You've got 2 different price points. So let's get into the actual coaching side of things.
So actual coaching for me, somebody comes in, I get them started on the machines, etc, etc, etc. I get them, one thing I get my clients doing straight away is barbell or dumbbell RDLs. That is the first big movement they always learn. I find that it's got a lot of teaching cues. Once they can understand the teaching cues of an RDL, it's not even the movement. If they can get all the teaching cues together in their head for an RDL, as soon as I tell them teaching cues for another lift that's a wee bit bigger and better, they can take them in. Because the first time I ever do RDLs with somebody who's never been to the gym, so you got to look at it 2 ways. Somebody who's done sports before and somebody who's not done sports before. Somebody who's done sports before can come in and do an RDL like that. Easy peasy Japanesey, right?
Is that another?
Right? But somebody who's not done sports, I tell them the cues, and I'm like, what the fuck? So there was a woman, I was 3 weeks in, and she couldn't fucking do it. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do here. I think I'll need to ask other people, how do you get somebody? The 4th week she came in and she could just do it. I was like,
they clicked.
Thank God. Like, it was hurting me.
I know.
I was like, maybe I'm not teaching her well. But that's why I do everything over 4 weeks, and that solidified why I need to continuously do everything over 4 weeks.
And that as well, that also forces you to learn other coaching cues, doesn't it? If you're the type of trainer to learn, it's actually quite funny because you've trained yourself. Somebody says, keep your chest tall, chest is tall, pull your shoulders back, shoulders pull back. When you first run into a client who have never had a sports background and you say it and you're like, just pinch your shoulders back, and they're doing this like, what's my shoulders? And you're like, what? It's mind-boggling, but that's why we do what we do. That's why we are. It's like there's a profession for what we do.
Some people, I'm like, right, can you feel it in your hamstrings? Aye. I'm like, right, where's your hamstrings? They're like, up here. I'm like, your hamstrings are down here. Oh, right. I'm like, right, so you can feel it there. They're like, nah. I'm like, we're not doing it right then.
But it just goes to highlight the point that it might seem simple to us, but this is why we're doing this episode, to say that, look, we have a ton of experience with people who are completely clueless to the gym, and we've managed to get them from non-gym goers to active routine, and also enjoying that journey as well, because I think that's the next point as well, isn't it? Like, have you had someone who says they hate working out, they hate coming to the gym?
So I've had one woman, she only done classes. She did want to start the weights, but she never, I think she had been to a PT before,
right.
And what I found out slowly but surely is the PT only had her doing single sessions where she would go in and he would make it up, basically, right?
Aye.
So she was never learning anything. So she came in, she was coming to me twice a week. And I says, obviously we're going to be doing RDL. She was doing twice a week, she wasn't training herself. I says to her, what I want you to do is I'm going to go with you for 4 weeks. And then after the 4 weeks, we're going to still do 2 sessions with me and then go do 1 session yourself. I'm like, I know it's scary, but you've got to be able to do that because you've been done 4 sessions with me, and then I'm going to ask you what exercise you felt most comfortable. Now, as somebody listening to that, they're going, but you want to build for this, for this, for this. No, I want her to do exercises she feels comfortable with in that single session. She will still build, she will get stronger. So after that time, she's been doing 2 sessions herself, 2 sessions with me, 1 herself, and then I was like, right, you've been learning that RDL, you've been doing everything yourself, you're comfortable, we've got to start deadlifting. Remember, she'd been with a PT for 6 months before this, and she never deadlifted, right? Yeah. And she was like, I do what I deadlift. So we'd had her trap bar deadlifting, trap bar deadlifting, no the same, but it still gets you into that movement, and it still gets you that tension. So we took her up to deadlift. Bang, done it right away.
Brilliant.
So she's coming to me twice a week, right? And she was like, see right now, she's like, can I deadlift twice a week with you? And she's fucking loving it. She doesn't go to classes. She says, I don't want to go to classes. So see, the first time I heard her say this, I was like, come on! Woo! I was like, come on, high five! Honestly, I was so fucking buzzing because I didn't ask what I said to her. I said, look, I don't think the classes are going to give you the benefit that they think you think. I said, you're going to end up injured if you keep going to some of the classes. And that's how they go, because I said to her, see when you're doing that RDL, how slow and controlled are you? How much are you thinking? I said, seeing you doing RDL in that class, you're not doing any of that. You're not feeling it in any. She's like, I know, actually. I really agree. And that slowly started to trigger. And I remember she was on the seated hamstring curl, and she's like, I'm not going to go to a class again. I was like,
music to PT's ears.
No, but I was like to her, like, no, like, you don't need to be like that. Like, I don't mind if you go to some classes. That's totally up to you. I was like,
she doesn't want to.
And she says she doesn't want to. And now she's wanted to deadlift twice a week, and I'm slowly going to start to get to squat.
Yeah, and this is anyone that's listening here. This we will do an episode specifically on classes and why, for the most part, that they're shit unless you enjoy going to them. That's literally what it comes down to. Yeah. But see, for us as personal trainers and our style and our principles that we marry in the fitness space, for those people who transition from the typical high intensity bullshit classes to functional strength training, the carryover for those people is beautiful. It's what you said earlier. You feel stronger. I'm getting compliments, but I'm not lost any weight. Like,
it's crazy.
I don't have the same joint pain. Like, I don't have the same stress. I'm sleeping better. I'm eating more food. Like, so many. Like, it's endless amounts of fucking benefits to carry over. So I like that. I like that for that style of training. So
we went through how I do it. Look, as you know, with different clients, you'll go through slightly different methods. Yep. But it does start with 1 or 2 a week, and then a third, and then training themselves, and then building up to bigger movements and getting better at the bigger movements, and then they go, oh, here, look, this is actually quite fun. Yeah. So that's a simple fact. And then when it comes to, obviously we're going to go into fat loss, most of my clients, I start them building up calories. Then they're like, what?
Well, adding, not taking away.
Adding, and they're like, what? I'm like, look, we're not going to lose weight, but we're going to fix your metabolism. Yeah. Because your metabolism is fucking shit. Yeah. I says, you're not losing weight eating 1,200 calories. There's something seriously wrong. Yeah. Because I'm eating 4,600 and I'm not gaining. So I'm like, if you're eating 1,200 and you're not gaining or losing, your hormones are all over the place.
That's the thing, with a low calorie intake, there is risk. There's more risk with health health detriments and as you said, hormonal challenges. I can tell you firsthand from cutting down to like 1,000 calories for my show, my testosterone was at its lowest ever. I felt like shit. I couldn't build muscle. I was retaining my digestion was off.
Did you get morning wood?
No, I had no morning.
So I think that's one thing. I know it's obviously a joke in that.
No, it's true. It's true. I'll be open with this. I think we'll go into testosterone and the male version, and then what we've experienced with some of the girls that we train. But like hormonally, eating low calories and having low body fat is not healthy.
It's fucking terrible.
Or I would say single digit body fat. But there is also the extreme at the other end. You can have always two extremes. So there's a happy medium, and it's different for guys and it's different for girls. But what you've just said there, like how you train that, like it's different from person to person that you train, but how you get from that person to get into the gym and get training on their own. I like that style. I love that style.
I think it's also to look, people might be watching me train them and they'll go, what the fuck are they doing? But the end goal is completely different for what everybody else thinks training is. Because that's when you get into personal training, you think, I'm going to do, we've spoke about this before, a 5-day split. I'm going to get them big arms, big shoulders, big deadlift, big squat. But I see for most people, it's fucking impossible to do that.
I know.
You need to build them up so slowly.
Most people don't even want that. They just want to feel good. And you can feel good with 2-3 days a week.
100%.
And that's what it comes down to. You said something about the previous PT on that one. And this is what fills us with, I guess, a wee bit more fire and passion to shout and communicate the message that we're trying to. We're not saying that we're perfect, and there's probably some flaws in our style of training, which completely agree. And I'm always a wee bit mindful of when a client tells me what they've done with their previous PT, because then you're like, were you showing up for half of them? Were you doing anything? Like there's always a fine line. However, nothing frustrates me more when someone like, what did you do with your previous PT? And it's like, they gave me, the biggest fucking red flag for me is they gave me this meal plan, and it's like a cup of olive oil and fucking Rice Krispie cakes in the morning. And I'm like, why are you getting this to like a 40-year-old man who's working a stressful job already and just looking to be a wee bit healthier? So that infuriates me. But the other one is, two things on this is the machine ones. I had a client who came to me who'd been training with a PT for a year, and I was curious to see how he hip hinged, so done a wee bit of RDL and then deadlift with the bar and stuff like that. And he's like, I've never been to this area. And I was like, all right, cool, man. And I was just curious, and I was like, what is it that you've done before? And he's like, that machine, and that machine. And he said the gym has a few other machines. And I was like, so how long have you been doing that for? He goes, just all year. And I was like, he was getting 3 sessions a week from his PT.
Shocking, innit?
But then again, I'm like, nah, that's fucking on the PT. If you're trying to communicate health, then you should be doing better than that. You should be doing free weights and lifting weights. I strongly believe that.
100%, 10 million %.
All day long for someone that says to me, nah, the high intensity classes, HIIT training is the best way for clients. It's for some clients maybe, but for the general population, lifting weights there has to be an element of lifting weights in people's programs. So
before, we're going to go into talk about cardio, but just before that, right, we've got to go into, if a personal trainer is too cheap, then it might be a bit risky, because as we spoke about, if you think that a personal trainer for 15 quid is going to give you a good service and going to give you a good transformation,
you know what, fuck it, let's go into the classes. If you're paying 15 quid a month for 3 bootcamp classes a week, the quality of that service is, I'm sorry, like, I am yet to see a good one. Now, I'm not saying that there's not good bootcamp instructors out there or bootcamp classes. I know it's a market, and I know the value of that market is you get together with friends. In fact, Katie's dance fit classes is mental. Like, they all have so much fun, and I love that. I love it because it's a community and it gets people together. However, the one where it's got box jumps, supersetted with deadlift, supersetted with squats, there is always an injury.
Always.
And if there's not an injury, there's more stress. The people that are attracted to this have already got high stress in their life, so doing high intensity cardio type movements, cardio with weights, that's all it is. You're not getting the benefit from lifting weights, but you're getting the risk of stress, more added stress into your life. Now, I know some people do the bootcamp classes differently, and it depends on gym by gym.
And it does depend on person by person. And I know that a lot of the people who do these do have good intentions. They do have good intentions. Like, these people don't have bad intentions. There will be people who are just want to make as much money as quickly as possible. But at the end of the day, you'll have a similar opinion to me. Class training will not get you the results. It'll make you feel good. You'll go there and you'll enjoy it. You'll have a good time with the people. But will you get in shape? If you want to get in shape, probably not.
The only one that changes that is, and why it's so popular, and I fucking hate it, is CrossFit. Because the style of how that's programmed and laid out. But every person that I've trained about close to 10 people now in this past 6 months that have came from CrossFit, and every single one of them has an injury. Every single one of them is blue, like a shoulder or lower back pain or something like that. And every single one of them lost weight and gained it back. And that's the problem. You will lose weight going to these classes. You will lose weight doing things because you're going from not moving at all to moving. Yes, it's comfortable in that environment. It makes it easier to get into a gym. It's not as quite scary. Some of the weights lifting, I get all of that. But every single time you gain the weight back on. So how is that, like, what's the purpose in it?
That's I feel the exact same. What is the purpose? And you're saying you will lose weight, but how you lose weight? Because as we've spoke about before, nutrition is the key to losing weight, and you're also not going to get that much stronger because you're not doing any strength work.
Cardio.
So you're just going to be doing the same twos for 30 seconds and then doing whatever. You're going to be doing the same weights every single week. You're going to be eating the same. All you're doing is making yourself feel good, and look, that is totally fine. Making yourself feel good is a big part of life, but if your goal is to look better and feel better, there's much better ways than classes.
Yeah, and I think so. Back to training with us as coaches or any other coach. So first, Andrew, we're saying like the methods of our principles is lifting weights, and both of us, you talked about your experience, but easing into your machine training, back into the compound lifts and all that good stuff, which is great. Whether it's 2 a week, 1 a week. 1 a week is more challenging. There's no doubt about it, but it's not impossible either.
No.
So I like that.
No, I like that. So one last thing, honestly, this is a wee story that I had. My dad texted me saying somebody in his work was going to a personal trainer. She wanted a new personal trainer. He was like, how much are you? And straight away, you'll know yourself. If somebody asks you straight away how much is it, then it's a slight red flag for that client. I'm not saying they shouldn't ask pretty soon at the conversation, but if somebody opens a conversation to you, how much is your service? You don't even know what my service is. Everybody's a PT, and people don't understand this. A PT doesn't have the same service as another PT. Yeah. They don't train them the same. They don't have the same structures, the same apps in place. So straight away, my dad texted me that, and I was like, right, cool. I was like, how much was she? 15 quid a session, 4 a week.
Aye.
So that was 60 quid a week, right?
I believe it.
So that PT was only making 240 quid, right? For 4 a week. I was like, I'm more than that for 2.
It's not than that for me. But I think you would say that every PT is going to be different, but I always I've had people like, how much of your PT, and that I think there's a misconception that you're going to say yes to every single client that comes to you. The first thing I establish is, well, let's back up a sec. Let's see if you're the right fit for me, because we might not get along. You might not like my coaching style. So before we tackle the subject of costs, let's understand what's your goal, what's your training style. Here's my training style, and here's how I can help. Yeah. Does that fit your
yeah?
criteria?
I always say the same. You know, I'm more strength based focused. When it comes to nutrition, I just give you a structure, and I stick with you a weekly check in. And then, but most of my training is strength based. Yeah. And look, once I tell them that, it's for them to go, that's for me, let's go.
So you were saying PTs aren't, each PT is different. And I know when you're in a gym environment, you're seeing, like, I think, I'm not tooting my own horn, but I think like one of the first apps I found here was Trainer's Eyes, and then everyone's like, because it's such a good tool. If you're a personal trainer, you don't use that or True Coaches definitely should be up there with the things that's going to make your experience that wee bit better. But I know, like, as the consumer, you see everyone using Trainer's Eyes, and you see everyone deadlifting and doing squats. It's because this is one of the best apps about, and one of the best movements about, so you're going to see similarities from PT to PT. But when you're talking through your experience, how you would train your person, the first person coming into the gym, I've got a similar style as well. I kind of do. No,
I know you've got a similar style, but you're also on that more verge of a wee bit more mobility, aren't you?
Yeah, so that was going to say, like, I put a bit of emphasis on, right, because I can get instant value from someone. If somebody's got a shoulder pain, low back tightness, I know I can put emphasis on, right, let's do a couple of these movements and see how that reacts. And they're like, oh my God, I feel so much better. And it's like, boom, and I have a client for the next 6 months because it's the value's there.
Definitely.
And that's not to like try and miss it, because if the value's not there, I'm like, well, if you're not getting value from me,
what's the point?
Not even that. There's a contract there that says,
you can.
Here's your money back. We'll move on. At the very least, you get to train with me for free for at least a month, maybe longer. But I think I was adding it up the other day. I think it's close to 100 clients that I've worked with over this past year, which is tons. It's fucking
That's
mad,
lots.
actually,
That's a
when I
lot.
saw that.
If MD's watching, that's a lot.
I know, I couldn't believe like I was close to that, and I was like, I offered it once because the person was missing sessions, and I was seeing them once every 3 weeks, and it just the vibe wasn't there, and it wasn't there, but that person declined it, and I said, no, look, I don't think this is going to work for us both.
Mm-hmm.
We tried it for another month, and then we stopped.
Mm-hmm.
It came to that. So, but yeah, 1 out of 100, I think that's a good record. However, the reason I do it is because I generally do want my reputation. The reason that I'm doing that is I want my reputation to be first. Yeah, okay, I've got financial aspirations and stuff like that, but it's not about making money. The reason I want to make more money is to invest more into my coaching business. I'd love to bring a video editor on and pay them on a weekly basis to edit my videos to give me some more time back. I'd love to pay an admin assistant
Just get better operations
to help. I genuinely want to run my business as a business, and ideally this is hopefully where we can get to with this, but there's nothing. I think people are so taboo when it comes to money, and I guess it's just how we're
it's because they look at it and go, he's 35 quid an hour, I get 12.50 an hour. No, I mean that session at the time might be 35 quid,
one element,
but I need more breaks than you, because seeing 8 people a day is taxing. Programming, check-ins,
so you see them for
content,
maybe 1 hour a week, but you're also creating other avenues for them to learn, whether that's on
always
the YouTube videos, Instagram videos, or it's through Trainer's Eyes, it's programs, it's check-ins, and it's everything. All circles.
Always slowly better in your service and making sure they're getting the best service possible, so they can make the best progress possible.
No, absolutely. So, off you go.
So one last thing, your thoughts on cardio. How much do you get your clients doing cardio?
For me, it depends. The only reason any of my clients will do cardio, there's a few exceptions here, so anyone listening like, don't do that, Dale, what are you talking about? There's a few exceptions here, but anyone coming to me, you say you're a runner or you're a cyclist or you're whatever it is that you do, mountain biking, you do that hours a week on end, no matter whether you're fat, skinny, whatever it comes to, and you do it because you enjoy it, that stays the same. Anyone that comes to me and is running because they want to lose weight, I strip it all back, because one thing that this will be a whole other topic that we go deep into, but one thing that that not many people know about cardio is the more cardio you do, the more efficient your body gets at cardio, so then the more cardio you have to do to lose the weight. So for example, say you are running 30 minutes a week, that 30 minutes a week over the course of 6 weeks, you'll lose weight, you'll lose a couple of pounds, you see that you're tied in, you see the weight loss, you're like, cool, I'm on the right track. Our bodies are machines that adapt, so there's an adaptation that kicks in. So 6 weeks down the line, the weight loss starts not happening, the scales don't move, and you start to think to yourself, right, maybe I just need to do more. So 30 minutes becomes 40 minutes, 40 minutes becomes an hour. Before you know it, you're running an hour in the gym 3 times a week. Now, if you hate running in the first place, this is a fucking shit strategy. But so many people do this. Like every single, there is probably a majority of people in the gym just now that go in to work up a calorie burn, and that is a terrible strategy. But you then get to a point where, say you're happy with the weight loss, and truth be told, you're never really happy with the weight loss, but let's say that you are happy with that weight loss. You then are adapted to running 60 minutes a week. So as soon as life hits you, as soon as shit hits the fan and you can't get into the gym for a week, or even you have a holiday, you're used to those 60 minutes. And because if you stop doing that, your body adapts to that, and the weight gain comes on very, very quickly, and if not more sometimes. So with cardio, I like the movement, just moving on a daily basis, whether that's steps, a hike, something that you're getting outside, some sort of movement. And then I do pull the lever on cardio with some clients at the last stage for an extra calorie burn, depending on where they're at with their training.
Aye, when they're not accustomed to doing it.
Yeah, exactly, because it's nuanced, but it's never like for a long period. It's like here's a 4-week window because I don't know. There's
go on holiday.
Aye, because maybe it's to tighten up a few things. It's always the last lever to be pulled, and this is the mistake I made when I was going into bodybuilding. I was doing cardio every single day, 12 weeks out. So I started at 30 minutes every single day. 10 weeks out, I was at 45 minutes. 8 weeks out, I was at an hour on top of my 5-6 days training a week sessions, and that was every single day. And come to my show, I was shredded, but I was fucked. Like, I was mentally exhausted, I was physically exhausted. And what happened? 2 weeks after my show, I had gained most of that weight back on. One day after my show, I gained 22 pounds because of the binge that I had. 22. That just to show you how depleted I was. I was taking dandelion tablets to fucking get all the water out of my system. I was wasn't drinking water. I was like almost pretty
fucking nearly dead,
spitting in a bucket. So I was everything was coming out of me. But that was 12 to 16 weeks worth of work, and it lasted 2 weeks. It lasted a couple of days for how lean I was, and I was lean for the following 2 weeks. But it was 2 weeks, and it just shows you if you take a 2 week break from your weight loss journey. And that all you're doing is cardio, you're fucked. Like, you're going to get back to square one. So I think cardio is a terrible way to lose weight. However, it's great for your health. That's the one thing to pick up on.
I would agree. Like, there's nothing more I could agree with there. But you know, something that hurts my soul, and it does hurt. You know, with people in our gym who'll come up, I burned 500 on that cross trainer. I'm at, that's so good, mate. Well done. And I'm just sitting there like, fuck, man, get with that mindset. But I do obviously, I know they went and smashed it and they're feeling good. And you never want to put somebody down for exercising, because, look, it's hard to exercise. But I'm sitting there like, fuck, man, I fucking hate that.
Aye. Why?
What?
Why do you hate it?
Burning just try to, like, one, everybody's different weights. Aye. So the amount of calories you burned on that is completely different. Aye. Who cares whether you burned 500 calories? Like, what is
the reason?
What is the reason? I wouldn't see any reason.
Well, the thing is, like, it takes so much effort to burn those 500 calories, right?
You're fucked after it.
And then flip it round its head. A smarter, better strategy would you say consuming non-processed foods reduces at least 300 calories on average per person. So there's a swap. Okay, you need to be a bit more mindful throughout the day, but it depends on the person, depends on the goal, and it's a hard one. It does it like we've got so much more to go in the fitness space before that's 100% a better message. But
definitely. So I think one last thing when it comes to cardio, if you do 30 minutes in Stairmaster, 30 minutes Stairmaster is a fucking grind. You come off that, you'll do fuck all. You'll sit in your ass and you'll be fucked. You go an hour walk, burn similar amount of calories, and as I said,
over a 12-week period, it's the same calories.
No, but the thing is, after the walk, you go home and you do things.
Aye, exactly.
Because you're no fucked. Aye. So get out of that mindset of doing such intense cardio that you're fucked after it, because then you don't actually burn any more calories. You're fucked. You wake up fucked for the next day.
You're fucked.
You're fucked. No, but cardio, good, as you said, good for heart health. Not so good for losing weight, but you should do some cardio.
Yeah, but and everyone each to their own. If you love it, then go for it. If you hate it, change it. That is not the only way you need to lose weight, and that's the message I want people to take away. Is it's not you can lose weight, yeah, but a lot of that will be muscle. That's one thing I never highlighted as well. You pair down muscle with a strong cardio signal as well as fat. Whereas the more muscle mass that you have, the more responsive tissue is on your body, so you can weigh a wee bit more, have a better body composition. Then everyone's probably been there or seen this person where they go from like fat to skinny fat, and it's like, why can I not just lose fat in this area? And you can't do that with cardio. You can't choose where it goes. So cool, right? I think we'll wrap it up there.
No, that was spot on. I think we've let everybody know what PTs do.
Hopefully,
maybe.
Listen back and what the fuck were we talking about?
I know sometimes we just go off on tangents, but I think it's good for like people who aren't PTs to understand the PT game a little bit more, understand how we train clients, and if they're listening, go, yeah, that actually sounds quite good. Then we are here, and we are here to help. It's not what a lot of people get wrong is we're here to make money. We are not. Like, we do not do things like this to make money. We do things to help people.
Yeah, because we want to change we
want to change the mindset of so many people.
Yep, cool. So if you are just finding us for the first time, you can find us on Instagram at Bulletproof Mindset UK. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, feel free to leave a comment. Is there anything that you would challenge? We do not have egos, even though it might seem like we do, but we're always open to other opinions, other views on this. Or if you agree, then even better. Give us what you like.
If you agree, say you're the best. Especially James.
James is the best PT ever. But yeah, so thanks as always for watching and tuning in. You can find me at Coach Crosser.
You can find me at Raw Gym Fit.
Cool. See you guys soon.
Have a nice one.